Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever watching this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Of all the East African presidents, the president that has been known to be having tough stand is Museveni. And that explains why in the African Climate or Africa Climate Summit, he failed to show up, despite the fact that he is just a neighbor here. And we talked about it in this analysis. So there is another news that has cropped up here. And this could be the reason why Museveni also felt that Kenya was attempting to shortchange them. But this time round, the call has been joined by Kagame and SULUHU. So 3 presidents in East Africa have decided to retaliate after Kenya left them out in a key deal. It is alleged that Kenya, London, or rather the UK, after the Brexit, you understand the history of Brexit, whereby British or Britain decided to chart their own trade journey with countries and not under the EU umbrella. So Kenya took advantage of that move. It's alleged that Kenya took that advantage of that move and decided to deal directly with the United Kingdom. So to be precise, these are the details of this crisis that is coming up at the moment. So after the United Kingdom left the European bloc under Brexit in 2019, the country started seeking new trade deals away from the EU. Kenya, taking advantage of that, has started negotiating with the UK over a new trade deal that excludes other East African countries. This has caused tension in the community as the countries trade under the common tariffs. This was the same deal they had with the UK before it disengaged from the EU economic bloc. So in retaliation to Kenya's trade discussion with Britain, the other members of the bloc comprising Burundi, Rwanda, Tanzania and Uganda have organized a pan-East Africa meeting to discuss the negotiations with the Britain together. So unlike Kenya, which needs a unique trade deal with the UK, the 3 countries want the bloc in its entirety to agree to a new trade deal with the UK, not just Kenya. So the report goes further to say that the UK seems to seek an exclusive agreement with Kenya first and will then seek to ensure a trade agreement with the rest of the bloc based on the pre-existing East African EU trade deal, which was in effect before Brexit. So I think this is not sitting well with the East Africa presidents because they find that William RUTO ni kama shortchanged, that they thought that this agreement was going to be like a bloc, East Africa bloc, so that they just have a common agreement with the United Kingdom, because previously it was a trade agreement under the EU, but because, like you said, and just like the reporter said, United Kingdom through their Brexit move left EU and decided to chart a new trade direction with the individual countries. So I think this explains why Museveni, Museveni, of all the other presidents, Museveni has always had a firm stand. He makes a decision based on how he sees. So for this kind of scenario, there's going to be a problem between Kenya and Uganda. Museveni is a no-nonsense. And that's why sometimes you find that his son, Muhonzi, sometimes makes disturbing sentiments on the X account, on his X account. So I don't know, we might find a scenario whereby now Muhonzi also goes back to share a disturbing tweet. Muhonzi might want to share a disturbing tweet in his X account, because Like, let me take you a bit back to last year when William Ruto took over the presidency. And Muhonzi, being that he's a friend to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, did not welcome the move or did not welcome the outcome of the election. Probably from what I could see, it's like he didn't welcome it. So he kept sending disturbing messages to Kenya about probable attack and the like. So all this, these statements from Muhonzi, when people thought that Museveni was going to reprimand him from because of those statements which are not diplomatic and statements which are only meant to escalate tension between the two countries. So people thought Museveni would reprimand Muhonzi, but that was not the case. What happened thereafter was that Museveni removed him from the position he held, the captain position he held, that is the position of Muhonzi. But funny enough, a day after, he was given a very senior position in the army, a general. So hapo ndio tukaona kwamba maybe this message that Muhonzi delivered was a message that was that Museveni is the one who gave out. So I think thereafter we saw William Ruto making shadow diplomacy. He had to make some shadow diplomacy, trying to seek some political truce between the two countries, ndo kusiwa na ile tension. So that tension ika subside kidogo. Though thereafter he also talked about again another he also insinuated that another attack on Kenya. So these things have been going there. So we are going to expect, even in this case where Museveni skipped Africa Climate Summit, and Museveni has also shown his displeasure at the way Kenya has dealt with the issue of the UK deal, whereby Kenya, instead of treating this issue as a bloc, East Africa bloc, imeenda kinyume, ikaenda ikajipendekeza yenyewe kule. According to the information we have, the Kenya imejipendekeza yenyewe na ikaacha the East Africa presidents mataani. So that's why you find that this statement is coming up kwamba they have decided to hold their own pan-East African meeting to discuss the negotiation with Britain. So I think that is going to leave Kenya's kando kidogo. This tension with East Africa member states comes a week after the Ugandan government complained over unfair trade policies being implemented by Ruto's administration. Unfair trade policies. And in particular, they pointed out the administration's decision to cancel an existing trade deal on the importation of powder milk, which caused economic losses to Uganda. I think this is a very, very unfair policy on our counterparts in Uganda. But Museveni is saying that the decision to cancel an existing trade deal on the importation of powder milk, which caused economic losses to Uganda. You know, there's a time in a rally, I don't know, was it in Western, where William Ruto, I think it was in Mount Kenya, where William Ruto came out publicly and said, Uganda, wanaona kwamba ni unfair, and Museveni is complaining. And I think Museveni now, I think he sees something here, because you know Museveni supported William Ruto's presidency. Now I think kwa hali na mali, I could say so. So, a form of advice and the like. I think even the issue of SMARTMATEC, Museveni could have made that proposal to have the system used. I don't know, I'm just saying. There's a time I just insinuated, you know, it's not, I don't have, but I just thinking, you know, we are right to have your own opinion. So, but I'm thinking Museveni could have influenced so many things. So, hii kitu ambayo inafanyika saizi, I think is giving Museveni a second thought. Though it's a case of too late, too little, but inamfanya nafikiria mara mbili. But nevertheless, this damage has already been done. So I think what William Ruto is doing here, or did, was simply to cancel that trade deal kwanza, so that they could renegotiate. And I think that renegotiation italeta tarifu zingine juu, kwa sababu you know the government has been hell-bent in make sure that ushuru kila mahali ushuru inaenda juu. So even hii importation, I think kuna issue tu hapa, wanataka kwanza wame cancel, then they will go to a negotiating table alafu waongeze ushuru huko. Na wakifanya hivyo itamaanisha kwamba hii maziwa itako very expensive to consume here in Kenya. So maybe it will be expensive for Kenyans to even afford it. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go below the comment section and please react to this move by Museveni, Kagame, and SULUHU to retaliate after Kenya left them out in a key UK deal? Just go below the comment section and make your comments, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're a viewer who was watching our channel for the first time, please just take a moment and subscribe to this channel. Give this video a like and don't forget to hit the notification bell. It is so important. To those people who have supported this channel, I want to tell you here for free that I'm forever grateful for the support you've given this channel. Without you, this channel cannot grow. So until you catch up again, please stay safe and stay blessed.